So, Ray, what is your recommendation for this 4-day Easter break? That
Well,
we have?
And look, no, before you start, don't even start to tell me that I have to watch all of Bleach. Because I'm planning on getting at least some sleep.
Yeah, I understand. No, I wouldn't do that to you. And I'm not sure if you'd get through even half finishing
Not
that
in 4
series
days.
either.
No.
It's pretty huge. But that's an interesting point you raised, because time was definitely a major element in trying to decide what to watch.
Yeah.
I've decided on Steins' Gate as a recommendation. It's been released in 2 parts. The second part, the second collection, has just been released, and it's a hypothetical science adventure. Now, its origins are somewhat different to most anime. It started as a visual novel by 5PB Games, and then it moved on to becoming a video game, then a manga series, and then finally an anime series in 2011 by White Fox. Now, White Fox, if you remember, did Yamungan, which we reviewed in season 3.
Absolutely, which is pretty cool. But what is Steins' Gate about? Explain to us, Ray.
Well, I'd really like to tell you, but a lot of these plot points are critical to the story, so
You don't want to spoil anything.
No, I don't. So instead, I'll just set the scene for you all, okay? On July 28th, 2010, 18-year-old Rintaro Akabe and his friend Mayuri Shina head towards the Radio Kaiken building for a conference where Rintaro finds a girl named Kurisu Makase lying in a pool of blood. As Rintaro sends a text message about this incident to his friend Ichiro Hashida, he experiences a strange phenomenon, and then the people around him just disappear with no one else noticing anything had changed at all. Later, he runs into Kurisu again, who is strangely alive and well. Then he discovers the message that he had sent to Ichiro arrived a week before he sent it. Now, Rintaro soon deduces that the mobile microwave he and his friends had been developing is, in fact, a time machine capable of sending text messages to the past. Now, they learn that CERN, an organization that has been researching that's time travel for some time, has actually succeeded in sending humans into the past, although it seems that all these test subjects die. Now, Rintaro begins experimenting with these D-mails, short for DeLorean mail, which I thought was quite nice, and this begins to cause major differences in the timeline, of course. Now, Kurisu, in the present, also manages to create a device to send a person's memories through the microwave, allowing that person to effectively leap into the past. Now, is it possible to save the life of Kurisu in the future? The plot gets richer and increasingly clever as Rintaro, attempts to change the future for the betterment of himself and of course those around him, but also perhaps mankind itself. Now, the characters they're really strong. They're much more three-dimensional than a lot of the other anime that you'll see out there, and that's really attractive, especially our protagonist, Rintaro, who is a self-proclaimed mad scientist referring to himself under the alias of Kyoma Huin. He gives off this appearance of being delusional and paranoid, frequently referring to the organization that is after him, talking to himself on his phone, and engaging in fits of maniacal laughter. The animation is attractive and the voices are excellent, but what is most notable in this series is the sound. At the beginning of the series, there aren't a lot of sound effects. The soundtrack itself is quite bare. There's a strong presence of cicadas, and then in between those moments, there's a terrific use of silence is employed, and that adds, those extra dimensions to the suspense, of course, but it also makes those other little sound effects, like opening a door, really pop as well. But as we journey deeper, we're graced with the presence of these wonderful piano and orchestral pieces, which add another wonderful dimension to the intricate plot line as well. And this anime has been basically critically acclaimed. It's been described as one of the most addictive sci-fi thrillers in recent anime history.
Wow.
And it's a big call.
That is,
but
yeah.
I'm inclined to agree.
Cool.
It consists of 24 episodes, and they're all under 25 minutes long, which makes it a perfect candidate for our 4-day adventure. And it's also an excellent, terrific anime. I highly recommend it. The director, Hiroshi Hamasaki, has done an excellent job. It's only a couple of points shy from a masterpiece, in my opinion.
Wow.
Yep.
Big cool.
That's right. Some would say it's fresh. I would say it's fresh indeed.
Of course you would.
Good to hear.
It sounds amazing, though.
It does sound
like
good to
a really
me
cool
as well.
thing to do.
I might
Yeah.
have to check that out.
It was either that or I was going to buy a statue and just stare at it for 4 days.
No,
No,
right,
right,
no.
no.